Crabman here from Crabman Gaming, and today we'll be playing Cricket Captain 2020. This is the Australia playthrough, and this is part 6. In part 6 today, I am playing 3 T20's against India in preparation for the T20 World Cup. So here are these 3 T20's, and a quick look at the World Cup to get you ready. Kicking off with an awesome game, Sri Lanka versus Ireland. I do like these preliminary rounds, and I like that 2 teams go through now. It used to be just 1 team went through. So we got Sri Lanka, Ireland, Oman, Papua New Guinea in Group A, and in Group B, Namibia, Bangladesh, Netherlands, and Scotland. And they'll actually go through to a Super 12. It used to be a Super 10 stage. So I assume maybe A will go into Group 1. So maybe the top 2 out of here will join Australia. Maybe does it say here? No, it just says to be decided. So that's very exciting. We've got India in Australia. We're going to keep it as a seam wicket. I don't think there's anyone who's really dominating for selection. Let's see if anyone's played in any overseas leagues. Yeah, Carey's probably a little bit stiff to not be in the side, but I'm going with Philippi. Anyone else really pushing for a claim? Oh, I do really like Michael Nisa. Maybe he could have been my all-round option. It's probably a bit late to try him out now. Yeah, there's a few people playing in leagues around the world. AJ Tyre's done really well. He doesn't have any form though. I tend not to play him, and strangely, Enriquez is bowling again, which he doesn't in real life. Green, lots of wickets, but expensive. Good economy rate though. So I think I'll keep the squad as it is. Oh, Philippi's out. So no, I don't want to continue, otherwise I won't have a keeper. So Philippi's out for 4 days, and that gives Carey his chance. So strange how that worked. I felt a bit bad. I have actual feelings for these players. I don't know why. I genuinely feel guilty if I leave someone out or I can't get them in the team. I don't know why. It's just the way it is. Let's do some catching. And for Mitch Marsh, let's get him some catching. I don't really know. I say this every time. I don't really know how effective these things are. But Chris Lynn's really on his last chance. I might have to pick Darcy Short. Oh, he does have an average of 33. I keep thinking he's not doing well, but he did get a 44 and a couple of not outs, and yeah, it's interesting. So the ground, you can select your own pitches if you're the home team in international, in the international format. I don't know how long you've been able to do that for. I don't think it's been that long. It used to just be whatever pitch you got. Okay, Australia versus India at Brisbane. So this will be a really, really good test before the World Cup, and hopefully we can do really well. They keep wanting to put Richardson in, but yeah, I'm not so sure. I kind of like that because Marsh is a powerful hitter. Yeah, start Cummins, Zampa, Hazelwood. Yeah, I don't know though. Hazelwood's not been doing well. Actually, I'm going to give Joe Richardson a go. And in real life, I think Stark and Cummins are still a better batter. But in the game, especially last year, he was a really good batter in the game. Not very. So if you look at his second 11 stats, he does have a much higher batting average than Stark or Cummins. So I'm going to put him at number 8. Let's see. I mean, poor Zampa's at 11. And let's have a look at the Indian lineup as we win the toss. And we are going to... Oh, gee. Oh, it's tough. I really don't know. I might bat. Changed my mind 4 times then. So obviously, King Kohli opening the batting. Look at that T20 average of 48.34. Lakesh Rahul opening with him. He's turned into a really fine T20 player as well. Shreyas Iyer in at 3. Rohit Sharma, Shikhar Dhawan. I think it's Managal Agarwal. I might probably butchered that. Hardik Pandya, Ravi Jadeja. Dubey, I've forgotten his first name, Jasprit Bumrah, and Mohammad Shami round out a very strong Indian 11. Maybe let's have a look at Agarwal's name so I can actually pronounce it correctly, because I do feel a little bit bad if I butcher some of the names. it's I'm still struggling. Mayank Agarwal, and this is Shivam Dubey here, he hasn't played a lot, but I played with him in the IPL, or I played against him, or maybe he was in my 100 team. I can't remember. It's all getting a bit blurry. I've played a lot of cricket captain since it's come out. Usually I don't have the pressure to remember as much. Okay, less waffling, more playing. Bumrah, probably the best, I'm going to say the second best T20 bowler in the world after Rashid Khan, but the best pace bowler. But let's see what happens here. So if you haven't watched these videos before, when I'm batting, I'll do highlights for the first 6 and the final 5. And bowling, I'll just keep the low highlights on. And these T20s have been going for about 45 minutes, these videos. So thanks so much if you've been watching. Thanks to everybody who's been subscribing recently. Very, very grateful to everyone who's just watched a video, let alone liked, let alone put a comment, which I'll reply to, and to all those people subscribing as well. Thank you so much. I'm really excited for this T20 World Cup. I love playing the tournament games in an international save, the World Cups, and, well, the T20 and the 50 over World Cup. I always tend to do well in the tournaments and then always seem to lose in the semi or the final. It's just a bit of a curse that I have, which can be very frustrating when you've won a lot of games and then you lose the game that matters. But we're doing a good job here against a strong Indian bowling attack. Nice edge for 4 from Finch. He needs to get a few runs. He's been a little bit out of form in both formats. His highest score is just 23, which he's almost up to now. So he does need a few runs. He's could be put under pressure by Darcy Short. I don't really want to drop Aaron Finch, but it could happen if he doesn't get any runs in these games. Nice 6 from Finch. 1 over left in the power play. They're keeping Shami on, and he's got Finch. Finch goes again. Well, he's got 2 matches left, really, to prove himself. Smith with a huge 6. All right, let's turn the highlights off. Shami was expensive. In comes Ravi Jadeja. I think it is Ravindra Jadeja, but he generally goes by Ravi. Not to be confused with Ravichandran Ashwin, the off-spinner who played a lot of Test cricket and some one-day and T20s as well for India. Here's Dubey, and here's Smith getting bowled by Jadeja. One of my favourite Indian players is Ravi Jadeja. I do love an all-rounder who can bowl some spin as well. Nice big over. Chris Lynn wants to stay in the team. Jadeja's bowling well. I might just sit on Jadeja's last over. Oh, he got Chris Lynn as well. Yeah, let's just see him off. I think sensible idea. Hardik Pandya can go for a few runs. Alright, final 5. We probably want to push up to about the 190 mark, but I have lost 4 wickets. Dubey bowling his military mediums, Ian Harvey style, if you remember him from the 90s. Gee, wouldn't he be an exciting player in T20 cricket? Ian Harvey, the freak. He was made for T20 cricket, and he was just around about 15 years too early. So he bowled absolute military medium in one days for Australia, was a fixture in the side, would generally bat about 7 or 8 depending on the lineup, and could contribute some very handy runs. So Australia were probably lacking that genuine all-rounder in the one-day format throughout most of the latter half of the 90s, but because their strike bowlers and their batsmen were so good, they could get away with having a pretty average 5th bowler. So Australia didn't really have... They're always on the search for a genuine all-rounder, which is why they were in love with Shane Watson for so long, because he could open the batting and he bowled pretty good pace as well. So they always liked the seam bowling all-rounder, and it's probably why Mitch Marsh has 30 test matches under his belt as well, even though his average is just 25 and his bowling average is 38. So they're always searching, and there aren't really too many around. I mean, I feel it's a bit of a shame. If Michael Neese's batting average was maybe 5 or 10 higher, he could get into that number 7 role really well. But the problem is at the moment with Tim Payne at 7, Tim Payne doesn't want to bat 6. Well, that's the end of the inning, so it's too busy waffling through. They can't really bat someone like Mitch Marsh or Nisa at 6. And they don't really want to bat Tim Payne at 6. Okay, everyone contributing. 49 for Warner, 26 Finch, 10 for Smith, 33 for Lynn, 31 and 28 for Maxwell, and Marsh probably could have gone a little bit harder at the end. I think I got distracted reminiscing about cricket. Not always a bad thing. All right, Stark's going to bowl full and swing it. He's got through. King Kohli's gone for just 4. And the Indian fans in the crowd have gone absolutely silent. The Australians have gone mad. I find it so awesome to watch that if you've ever watched Virat Kohli play in India, even if it's a match for India or just a domestic game, if he gets out, there can be 60,000 people there and the crowd are absolutely silent every time he gets out. Like, you can literally hear a pin drop in the stadium. It is amazing to watch. So if you get a chance to watch some cricket that takes place in India, I would definitely recommend it, especially when Kohli is batting. It is incredible. And then just have a look when he gets out. That's got Rohit Sharma. He has a top score. I think he holds the one-day international record, 264. I think it was against Sri Lanka. But he also has another double 100 as well. So he has 2 one-day doubles. Sachin Tendulkar was the first player to make a one-day international 200. He got 200 not out. And there have only been a few people since who have achieved that feat, which include Rohit Sharma here. I'm trying to remember the others. I think Chris Gale he made 210 against Zimbabwe in the World Cup. That was in Australia in 2015. He was actually plum first ball as well, LB, plum, and was given not out and went on to make 210. Anyway, enough of me waffling. So many things to remember. India, 3 for 22 after just 3 overs. Kohli out, Rahul out, Sharma out. Shreyas Iyer and Shikhar Dhawan are the 2 players in the middle for India, tasked with rescuing the innings. And I'm definitely not counting India out because they bat all the way down here to Dubai. So we're going to have to bowl really, really well. Jai Richardson is the wild card. He's been expensive and his economy rate isn't great. But he has lots of potential. And if you want to know a little sneaky fact about Jai Richardson, I think he still lives with his parents. So you too can play international cricket for your country and still come home and have your mum cook your dinner. So I would say that's not a bad deal. I'd probably take that too when I was, he's 24 now. But when he burst onto the scene when he was about 21 or 22, I would have enjoyed going to play for Australia. And if he had a game in Perth, go home and have some home comforts. He has been smashed though, so maybe he needs to think more about bowling and less about what mum's cooking for dinner. Let's get Cummins back on. Come on, Cummins. This is the problem against India, is you can get some early wickets. It almost means nothing unless you keep taking wickets, because I think Shreyas Iyer and Shikhar Dhawan here, they're just going to plough through to the score. I was going to save Cummins, but I need a wicket. He's delivered. He's got the edge of Shikhar Dhawan. Here comes Agarwal. Thought it was a little inside edge. Let's get a sneaky one from Maxwell, and then we'll get Zampa back on just to see if we can slow it down. That was close. I thought it was a good over from Maxwell, but there's a 6 in there. That always ruins a good over. 6 singles is a good over in a T20. Come on, Zampa. That's high. There's no one down there. It's gone for 6. Caught by this dude in the 3rd row. Okay. Might just have to go with Stark here. Alright. Pretty much running out of options. Let's just give Oh dear. This is the problem with facing India. Look at Shreyas Iyer. Does he have a T20 100? He doesn't. Okay. Let's just get Mitch Marsh on. It's his job. We'll put every run. For some reason, when you used to have highlights on foreign wickets, it would show you the winning run as well. It doesn't seem to do that anymore, which is a little bit annoying. So just a single. Can he get to his 100? Oh, it's a no ball. Oh, dear. Not very good. Not very good bowling from the Australians. That's what I was worried about with this Indian batting lineup, and it was a reason I was contemplating bowling first, because they've chased that down with ease, despite Pat Cummins bowling 2 for 16 from his 4. So, yeah, another loss. Our form has been very up and down. We've been finding it difficult to string some wins together. Okay. Finch is the captain, and he's on the verge of being dropped. Maxwell hasn't done a lot. Marsh has batted well. I'd want to try and get Darcy Short in, but I can't seem to get him in. I'm going to get Hazelwood back in. Yeah, it's a bit harsh to drop him, but he's not getting any wickets. Yeah, I want to try and fit Agar in as well, but I haven't been able to in any of these T20s. He does seem to be a perpetual squad member in the last couple of years, poor Ashton Agar. I remember him being 12th man, or in the squad after squad for about 6 months, where he didn't play hardly at all. And then he came back to Western Australia and he was exhausted, but he hadn't played any games and had to take a month off cricket just to re-energise. It must be frustrating to tour and never play. So Agar and Michael Nisa are in that boat, along with Andy Bickle from the 90s. Okay, it looks like the same side for... Nope, someone's come out of here. I'm trying to think who they took out, but they've got Bhuvaneshwar Kumar in, and somebody's gone out. Oh, Shami's gone out, and Bhuvaneshwar Kumar's come in. We will bowl this time. Sorry for waiting so long on that screen. Okay, let's see what we can do. Stark and Kohli. We got Kirk Kohli early, but it didn't seem to matter. KL Rahul skied one to Joshy Hazelwood. Stark has started well. Let's see if Cummins can get some more wickets. That's outside. Like, that's a weird highlight. Little Snick. No. And I haven't really been too creative in mixing it up, but Kohli's out there. Great Snick. I like to start with 3 from Stark and 2 from Cummins, and then get the third seamer in. Oh, Stark's got Shreyas Iyer as well. 3 for 15. I'm contemplating bowling him his 4th over here. Do you know what? I'm just going to do it. And I'm going to leave the field up. Why not? Let's go for it. Doesn't get a wicket, but do you know what? That wasn't too bad. Alright, we need Zampa to step up here. He's been hit and miss. He's either taken a bag of wickets or been smashed, but generally that's what happens to most spinners, so I probably shouldn't complain when he's taken a 6-wicket haul and a 4-wicket haul already. The Indians do play spin very well. I think you could just go through the lineup and just insert in, you know, strong against spin, just put it down to 10. Poor Jasprit Bumrah, not really very much of a batter. I did see him hit a 6 once as well. I think it was an ODI. There's the backwards catch. My friend, if you're watching, there's that backwards catch once again. I think it was India versus Australia. It was the last ball of the innings, and Bumrah came out and he had 1 ball to face, and he just smashed it down the ground for 6, and he could not believe it. Might get Maxwell in. So yes, he has hit an international 6. I wonder if it's his only one. You can kind of work it out here if you do some quick maths. So he's got 39 runs, 15% would be 1-6, and then he's also got 1-6 in T20 cricket as well. So 2 international 6s, 1 that I remember against Australia. That's just the level of useless cricket knowledge that I have. which I can now share with you all, which seems to be people that are enjoying these videos. So again, thanks for watching. Okay, Maxwell did get a wicket, so that was a good bowling change. Here's Hardik Pandya. That's going down leg. So 5 for 104. If we can just... I might get Hazelwood back in. Again, if we can just get one more wicket, but then his brother has got Krunal Pandya. Oh no, he's not even playing. He generally plays. Usually they'll have Hardik Pandya and then Krunal Pandya as well, bowling his leg spin, and a handy number 8. Hardik is an amazing number 7. He does love to play that finisher role in the innings. Can be very, very destructive and bowls some handy pace as well. Okay, come on, let's get Paddy on. Ooh. Hazelwood's been economical, but he hasn't got a wicket. Okay, how many overs? I've got 1 over left. It's got to be Pat Cummins. Mitchell Starc was the start early. This could be a big last over. Let's try bowling wide. Come on, Pat Cummins. That's 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, I'll take 10 off the last. So Starc 3 for 21. Cummins expensive. Hazelwood tight. No wickets. Zampa was okay. Marsh was okay. Got a wicket. Maxwell chipped in with 2 handy overs. That's what I like him there for as the 6th bowler. A bit of a rescue effort from the end from Agarwal and Hardik Pandya. Getting India to 153, which is an okay score. Aaron Finch really needs to step up here as the captain. His place could be in jeopardy. Huge 6 down the ground from Warner. Warner's looked good. Finch hasn't looked great, although I'd love India to bowl him some more pies like that, because that was an absolute freebie. Gee, Dubey nearly bowling a maiden. He is quite economical. I think he was in my 100 side, but he might not have been. But I have played with him before. I say he's economical, but he actually isn't. First class or domestic nearly 9 and international nearly 10. Maybe I've got him confused with somebody else. Oh, that's out. Warner. Come on, Smith. We need to tie up the series. I don't want everyone out here who's watching to watch a series that is gone, especially one we're losing. I don't mind if it's one we're winning, but I don't want you to have to watch a game where we are losing 2-0. Alright, let's go a bit. That's weird. 2 overs for 5. In comes Jadeja. Halfway through. We're exactly on the DLS. Alright, well done, Smith and Finch. Finch knows his career's on the line. What an over. 10, 15, 16, 17, 23. That's really released the pressure. Another big over. Finch has gone for 61, but he saved his career. Smith gone. Alright, we just need Lynn and Maxwell to guide Australia home. Whoops, I meant to have the highlights on. We just need to guide Australia home to set up a thrilling decider in the 3rd T20. Mitch Marsh should get the job. Oh no. I do it all the time. I don't know how many times in these videos I have said a batsman is looking good and they get out. I'm also checking this forecast because I have yet to see rain. I am now into about my 12th hour of playing this game, 12th hour of streaming this game, and I have not seen one drop of rain. It's gone. It's a drought. It's like we've played in Sharjah non-stop, or Abu Dhabi non-stop. There has been no rain to speak of. Okay, which is ironic as the last 2 days here where I live, it has been raining non-stop and has cost me a game of cricket. So that's been a little bit disappointing, but it is winter, so I can't complain. I play in the summer, I play in the winter. So I'm lucky enough where I live that there is a cricket tournament that happens in winter, and it's a T20 tournament, so it's fun to get out and still play cricket a little bit less seriously in the winter, have a good hit, have a giggle enjoy. Sometimes it's good just to play cricket a little bit less seriously as well than the summer competition, which is a bit more serious. Okay, third T20. Am I going to swap anyone? I think we're going to keep it the same. I quite like this lineup. And Marsh has batted well, so I'm not going to take him out. Alright, I'm going to let India bat first as well. Have they got the same team? Well, Shami's come back in for Bhuvaneshwar Kumar. Otherwise, it looks the same to me. Yes, it is. They just seem to be swapping those two. Alright, come on, Stark. Can he get Kohli out again? I did say this in my last video. I do this click because in the last year's version, it would be 2 aggression bars and it would start like this, and I'd have to click back to get it like that. So I'm just so used to it, I just can't help not doing it. It's just a reflex when I start playing. I'm going to take Stark off because he hasn't got a wicket. Come on, Josh Hazlewood. He hasn't got many wickets either. Do you know what? Let's go with Maxwell in the power play. Let's mix it up. And he's going to dart it into leg stump. The idea is just to fire it fast and flat. Even though that looked like an absolute pie. Maxwell's got a wicket. What a masterstroke. He's got Kohli out for 10. Off 10, he's been starved of the strike. Rahul's been stealing it. What a masterstroke. Glenn Maxwell in the power play. Could get 2. Oh, an edge. Outside edge. Well, that was close as well. Do you know what, Glenn Maxwell? I'm going to keep him on for a second over. I know I've said this in all my videos. I'm still proclaiming my love for the player that is Glenn Maxwell. Obviously a platonic love, but I love him as a player. He's just so exciting to watch, even though he got smashed then. So let's take him off and get Mitch Marsh on. See if he can get a wicket. It's looks set up to be a big score. We do need to rein it in with a few wickets. India can get away from you. Look at that. Everyone's been smashed. Do I have anyone else who I can give a bowl to? Come on. Time for Steve Smith. You guys have been patiently waiting and watching for a Smith over. Now's the time. 1 for 129. Doesn't bowl much anymore. Oh, I thought that was a wicket. Could be a run out though. That could help. That's definitely... Oh, how was that not out? I'm having a look at that again. He looked really short. Alright. You have the benefit of being able to pause this. I'm going to try and put the mouse where he... Oh, he was so short. That was out. Where's the television replay? That's a disgrace. Oh well, come on, Pat. I am feeling worried, although I did play... That's hit him outside the line. It looks plumb, but it's not. Just hit him outside the line, like here. Yeah. I did play during the IPL save, and I scored 235, and I lost, so that's a stick behind. Gone! Got him! Yes! Haven't done that enough in the videos. The big Bill Lorry. So, I'm moderately confident of chasing anything down. There's Shreya's Iyer is gone. Especially if we can just tighten it up here in the last few overs. Outside the line. I'm so excited for this T20 World Cup as well. So if you're watching this video when it releases tomorrow, just get ready. I'm releasing these videos at the same time every day. So I believe it's about 10 a.m. Greenwich Mean Time. So just work that out wherever you are in the world, or whenever one of these videos gets released. That's the time it's going to be released. Every day for these 14 parts. I like to keep it consistent. I have been working on some other videos as well, so you may see them crop up at alternative times. I have a recent games video, a couple of those I'd like to put up of my recent games pickups, and also I would like... Oh, what else have I done? I'm trying to remember. I did my Vita collection as well. did another video. I'm trying to remember what it was. I think I did 4 other videos. I definitely did recent game pickups 2 and 3, and I did my Vita collection. And if I did something else, it'll come back to me. Okay, Josh Hazelwood. I forgot to bowl Starkey's 4, but that's okay. Probably because I bowled Smith that over. We've actually pulled this back pretty well. I was expecting it to be well over 200, so 182 I'm very, very happy with. Let's have a look at the worm. These couple of really good overs here. So the 16th over, Pat Cummins just went for 2 runs. Then this Hazelwood over only went for 6, and then this Stark over only went for 2. So you have 6, 8, 10. 3 of the last 5 overs only went for 10. So that was a really good fight back. Okay, 182 required to win the series. Hold on to your hats. Australia are coming. Come on, Finch. The captain, he needs a captain's knock today. Davey Warner's looking good. He's looked good all year. Finch, oh no, Finch is out again. Aaron Finch, what are you doing? Smith has snicked off first ball. Okay. I'm going to go with Carey. Just because we've got some blasters, and I want someone who's going to anchor the innings. And I don't know if he's had much of a bat. He's got a 6 not out. That's it. So let's see if this promotion for Carey is going to be a good move. He has been in form. Must have been playing a T20 league somewhere around the world. And he's been averaging, I think, in the high 40s, if I remember back to the start of the video. A little bit behind the DLS, but we do need to keep some wickets in hand. We don't want to collapse or be 4 or 5 down in the first 10. That would be a disaster. That's a pretty good over. You will get some boundaries. Let's get to the 10 over mark and then we'll up the aggression. I'm just going to keep the highlights on for this video, for this T20, because it's a pretty exciting finish. Carey is looking really good. I'm happy for about 100 off the last 10. That's definitely achievable if I have 8 wickets left, although Jadeja's bowled a really tidy over. So 2 for 81, 1 run ahead of the DLS. Come on, where's the rain? Still haven't seen any rain. Warner's 38, Carey is 32. We're just going to up their aggression so that the run rate doesn't creep up to 12, because if it creeps up to 12, it does get quite difficult if it's 12 a long way out. You find if it's 12 off the last 5, so 60 off 30 is achievable, but if you need to get 12 and over in the last 8, it's quite difficult. So we're doing a good job. Carey's enjoyed this promotion up the order. And then what's good about promoting Carey is you still have your big hitters to come in Maxwell, Lynn and Mitch Marsh. And we do bat all the way down to 10. Okay, no one's at 50 just yet. Warner with a beautiful 6. There's his 50. He's been batting really well. Raise the bat. Up it goes. Raise it to the crowd. Oh no, that looks out. Nope, avoided the fielder. Another 4. And a little waft. So 69 from 7. Gee, all of these series that I've played, they've just been so close and entertaining. They've just gone back and forth. I haven't had a series where I've just, apart from that first test series against Bangladesh, like all the one days and T20's, the series have been really, really competitive. So you're getting a really good playthrough, not just me dominating or not just me getting absolutely pumped. All-time record, Warner and Carey. What a master stroke, promoting him to 4. Still dangerous here though, because if you lose a couple of wickets and have 2 quiet overs and you still need 50 off 4 overs, that can be really difficult. So if this is a wicket, but it's not, 48, I'm just going to just ease Carey up a little bit so he doesn't get stuck. Warner has just played out of his skin. Big 6. And another 6. How many 6s from Davey Warner? It's an all-time record, all-time T20 record for Australia. 132. Warner's 83 of 44. He's hit 6 6s. Carey has played the support role beautifully with 3 6s of his own and a very steady 54. Warner is on fire, and I believe that's his first T20 50, but I'll have a look after. Carey still looking good. Oh, he's been cleaned up. However, the damage looks to have been done. Carey departs for a wonderful 62, and yes, it was his first T20 50. He's played a lot of games, but he's always at 7, so he doesn't always get a lot of opportunity to bat. Here's Maxwell, 16 off 2. I'm going to go ball by ball. Come on, Maxwell. Oh, no. Snick one behind. Come on, Chris Lynn. He's plum. Series is on the line. A wide. I'm going to watch every ball. I can't not watch every ball. This is coming down to the wire. Come on, Mitchie. Single. Warner. He's on 90. What can he do? A dot ball. Oh, this is not good. Is that 4? Oh, it's just a single. All right, we're going to have to go hard. The series is on the line. 13 from 6. We're actually a run ahead of the DLS, so come on. Where's the rain? All right, so series on the line. Australia need 13 from 6. It's been a 2-man show. I'm not even worried about Warner's 100, but 13 from 6. Let's go. Where's my runs to win box? 13 from 5. Come on, Davey. Oh, 13 from 4. I can't watch. Come on, Davey. Oh, 9 from 3. And he moves to 95. 9 from 3 to win the series. Oh, it's a dot. Need a boundary. Need a 6. Is that 6? Is that 6? I think it's 6. And it's his 100. And 3 required off the last ball. 2 to tie. 3 to win. So really needs a boundary. They're not going to run a 3. Needs a boundary. Needs a boundary. He's gone. After 100. Australia lose in tragic fashion. Unbelievable game. What a game. Davey Warner gets 100. Moves to 101. Needs 3 to win off the last ball. And is trapped plum LBW. And India win by 2 runs. You can hardly believe it. Well, if the World Cup is going to be anything like this playthrough, it's going to be amazing. India have held on to win by just 2 runs. Jasprit Bumrah, 4 for 27. What a final over. Shami got smashed. Debay, no wickets. Jadeja smashed. Pandya, 2 handy wickets. Just a 2-man show. David Warner, 101, out off the last ball of the innings. And Carey, a wonderful support role, 62. KL Rahul's the man of the match for his 80 or 50. It always seems to go to the winning side. I would give it to David Warner because Australia were in huge trouble at 2 for 17. And, well, India win the series. So they win by 6 wickets. Australia fought back to win by 5. And then the first game, the chasing side did not win. So let's have a quick look at the stats. So I don't know why we're in here. We need to have not current year, but current or last comp versus India. Here we go. Finch with 87, 64 for Warner. So no one really getting too many runs. Stark was good with the ball and everyone else was okay. For India, let's go to Australia. Shreyas Iyer, 113 runs, only being dismissed 1. Agarwal batted well along with Dhawan. Probably the biggest surprise here is Kohli, who I'm trying to work out why his average is 8.5 when he got out 3 times. So I don't really understand why this 10 runs has gone on to this World Cup. That's a little bit of a glitch here, so that's weird. Because if you had his current last comp his innings hasn't counted. It's for some reason it's gone onto this World Cup screen. Oh, well, that's really weird, but let's not worry about that too much. Bowling really was just the Jadeja show. He got 6, although I'm not sure if some of this bowling, here has been glitched a little bit. So let's not worry too much about those stats. Look what's next. Tune in tomorrow for the T20 World Cup, and it will be Australia's first game will be against Pakistan. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.